welcome to the next episode of Heads Held High. While we speak to younger leaders who are in grade 9 or 10, we also have leaders who are now joining us in this conversation from grade 11 and 12. They have completed that hurdle of passing the 10th standard. They know what it feels like to go through a board exam. They understand the pressures and they're a little better equipped to be leaders because they are young, they have their opinions. And yes, we've got two such very, very exuberant leaders with us this morning at the studio. Welcome to the two of you. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody who's watching?
Hello everybody, my name is Sania Makandar and I'm honored to introduce myself as the General Secretary of Mount Mary's Higher Secondary School, Chinchinim.
Greetings everyone. I'm honored to introduce myself as the Assistant General Secretary of Mount Mary's Higher Secondary School. My name is Liam Fernandez and I'm studying 12 Commerce.
Thank you for being here. And I know it's a long journey. You guys are from Chinchinim, I'm from Sarzora. We're technically village neighbors, but it's good to have you guys here. And while we go ahead with the conversation, why don't you all describe yourself a little more? Tell all our viewers and me something more about yourself.
So I am a multitasker, very responsible I feel, disciplined, and you can always count on me.
So multitasker, you always have multiple things going on at the same time, flying in the air. That's nice. Liam?
I'm well disciplined, trustworthy, a loyal friend.
Can I add you're also a little serious?
Yeah.
Just a little serious. I think that's a good quality, but just a little serious. What makes you guys happy? What makes you feel excited in life?
Probably happy is spending time with my loved ones, and excited is when new opportunities come to my way. I love to grab them and go ahead with it.
I like that new opportunities get you excited. It's a very progressive approach forward that we can do something. And Liam, you?
For me, spending time with my family members or even my friends brings happiness and positivity to my day.
Yes, I think spending quality time with family. And what are you most grateful for in life? What are you thankful for, really?
My supportive parents, my friends, teachers, and the gift of life God has given me.
My teachers, my parents, they always support me and guide me, and my friends.
Yes, I think that's the line of control and the line of safety and security that we feel. I like how Liam put it, and I like how you said it too. To be very grateful for this gift of life that we have yet another day, and we can do so much with that day is a real blessing if we look at it by itself. Now, most importantly, how does it feel to be a leader, to be chosen to be the General Secretary or the Assistant General Secretary?
Being the General Secretary is often a mixture of excitement, responsibilities and challenges. But I'm happy that I can be a General Secretary and bring about a positive change in the school community.
That's very well put, because bringing about a change is what a leader is meant to do. So yes.
Being the Assistant General Secretary feels rewarding and fulfilling. It's a position of responsibilities where I can contribute to important decisions and also help the school community. It's also an opportunity for me to learn and grow as a leader while also making a positive impact on the school.
Yes, a positive impact on the school, changing the community. I feel you have a good grasp on what a leadership position holds. When did you all know that you all would be leaders? Have you all held leadership positions before?
Not much in school, but it was actually a group activity where I wasn't the designated leader, but I ensured that everybody's decisions and opinions were took into consideration. And that's when I realized that I had some leadership qualities in me too.
Yeah, I certainly can. You really do speak like a leader. You've got a control of the room. You can gauge a group. And I understand. When was this activity held? Like
in school. It was in 10th.
Wow, and you weren't a leader and that kind of... I like that.
Thank you.
I really like that. It's nice when You're a part of an activity, and that's an asterisk sign over there to remind you to take part in activities. But when you're a part of the activity and you observe yourself and your strengths, I think it's brilliant. What about you? When did you know?
For me, I never really saw leadership qualities in me. Even when time came to nominate the council members, I didn't put my name forward. Surprisingly, the teacher in charge called out my name. So before it was my turn for the interview, I was initially prepared to decline. But later I realized maybe this can be an opportunity to learn and grow as a leader for me.
Wow. So this is your first, as you say, rodeo with
Yeah.
leadership. When a teacher showed that faith in you, right? She said, why don't you become a leader? Today, when you think about it, why do you think a teacher nominated you without you seeing it that way?
I think she knew I was very disciplined in class,
Correct.
so that's
Discipline.
the reason why.
Yeah, so I think discipline, more
Yeah.
than discipline, sometimes leadership is, as you said, not only about self-discipline, but about disciplining people around you. Would you say that today you see that quality in yourself?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, right. I can see, I've just spent a few moments with you, and I can see that while you can give the warmth to and a listening ear and organize a group of people, a group of students, you could always help in bringing that control in the room, and so I'm sure I see what the teachers saw, and this is a shout out going to all the teachers who see the best in the students, who go ahead and bring out their good qualities and their talents. A big thank you to you. Your job is, these are the things that are not mentioned that teachers do and make a big difference in our lives. So talking about discipline and considering you have that quality for yourself and now to maintain in the school, what are your thoughts about discipline in today's current age? What's the consensus?
I feel it's become more challenging because students are becoming more, exhibiting more challenging behavior. So it's become very difficult to exhibit discipline in them.
Yeah. And the solution would be?
Solution will be like, if you see a bully, you must like try to stay calm and not show emotions. Because if you show rage at him or get angry, he'll try to show you more dominance. So that's the reason why.
Correct.
So you have to stay calm and then later on talk to the higher authorities like the teachers about the bully.
This is a very good note. If you have a bully in your life, if there's someone who is teasing you incessantly, who is going ahead and, sometimes they tear your books and they, hit you sometimes even, the first thing is don't show rage back. Nobody's asking you to keep quiet and take it, but show a sense of control in that moment, walk away from the situation, and then get in touch with someone who is in charge, a teacher, a parent, a school leader. We urge students, please do not get bullied by other students. You are not supposed to be hurt by another student in any way. And if you feel like that, go ahead, reach out to a teacher, reach out to a parent, tell someone. Why do you think discipline, squaring back to it, why do you, Liam, think discipline is challenging at this point of time, as a student yourself?
Because like some of the students don't listen to me, like
Yeah.
that's the problem.
I'm sure. It's difficult. They don't sometimes listen to teachers also. It's just, we all want to have fun a little bit. I think I also sometimes used to not listen to the leaders. If you were not a leader, would you still listen to the leader?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, right? When you think
Yeah.
of it that way, maybe not. What about you? What do you think about discipline? What's your consensus in it?
Discipline, our school gives a lot of emphasis on discipline, and yes, there are sometimes challenges that come regarding discipline, but I personally believe that leading through actions, that is following the discipline, you following the discipline first, is something that you can show others by
Yes.
following the rules of punctuality and respect, you doing it first, and then putting an impact on the children. So
Correct.
that they have somebody as a role model.
As a role model it's a tough place, no? Like
Yeah.
you have to be proper, you have to be correct, you have to do the right thing, because everybody will say the head girl only is coming late, or the general secretary is only coming late. I think that's a
Yeah.
position. Anybody wanting to be in leadership, anybody wanting to be a school leader, always remember that a certain amount of responsibility comes with you, because you become the role model for what's going to happen next, especially for the younger ones, the ones who come in the 11th standard. They're kind of looking forward to what you guys are going to say. What other qualities do you think a leader needs to have? We've heard disciplined, we've heard multitasking, but what ideal qualities should a leader have?
Should be good communication skills. By this I don't mean like good English or Konkani or Hindi, but how well and efficiently you are able to express your views to the others, and other things like a sense of responsibility, coordination, lot.
Yeah,
Because
right.
it would be a group of people that you will
Yes.
be putting
Yeah.
forth your opinions. So a good team player.
A good team player.
Yeah.
That's tough. That is something you have to learn over the years. What about you? What do you think of the qualities?
According to me, a good leader is someone who listens actively, communicates effectively, and motivates and leads his team towards a common goal.
Yeah, right. I think it's that, the spearheadedness, the going ahead. To sum what they have said, and I think you all have put it together very well. A leader must have these qualities. But if you had to choose one, like let's say I am in 9th standard or 11th standard, and I want to be a leader. I aspire to be someone in charge. I can't work on all of this together. It'll be too much. It's too much of learning that I need to do. What's that one thing that you think someone who aspires to be a leader should inculcate within them? One thing.
Discipline.
Discipline.
With discipline comes everything.
And you, what do you say?
By watching other leaders, maybe learn
Watch
from them.
other leaders and learn them. That's a very practical way of doing it. And be disciplined.
Yeah.
Disciplined in, when you say discipline, do you mean just like timeline discipline, or what
No.
discipline?
Timeline. It's not like discipline. In my perspective, I see it something like everything. If you are disciplined, you are punctual to school. If you are disciplined, you complete your tasks effectively and before the deadlines. That's what.
Before the deadline, my God, I can hear this. And I might tell you, some of us are great procrastinators. Like, the deadline is tomorrow, and we'll probably think about the project today. Finishing before time and showing that proactiveness, certainly good qualities to be a leader. Y'all were chosen, the batch was put in. What was the process like to be selected? How did y'all get selected?
So first we had, the teacher said anybody interested can give their names, and of course then they were shortlisted, and then we had 2 interviews. First with a committee of teachers, personal interviews, and after that it was with the principal madam.
Wow, okay, so 2 very big tests.
Yeah.
And then you all were chosen
Yeah.
and selected, and then you all were batched. What, in this process, you've been a leader for a couple of months now and more. You've learned a lot of things. And I know in 12th standard everybody's saying, what are you going to do for college? And you have to think about the job you're going to do. And everything is so future forward. You're looking 5 years into the future and 7 years into the future. What do you think you're going to take from this experience in the future with you? What do you think you've learned here that will help you in the future?
Managing time and confidence.
Does confidence automatically come, or do you have to bring it in?
First I used to bring it in, but now as I'm used to it, it automatically comes.
Practice makes
Yeah.
perfect. Okay.
Same for me. I just want to boost my confidence. So taking on these responsibilities has boosted my confidence, where I can make open decisions, communicate more clearly. Yeah.
Yes, okay. I like that. Please underline this. If you have a notebook, write it down. It makes sense. I think I'm also trying to articulate my words when it says you first go ahead and get organized, right? And organization is something that they're going to take forward. But as a leader, automatically you have to demand confidence of yourself. And then suddenly it becomes a part of who you are. It just becomes a part of who you are. So go ahead. This entire conversation of Heads Held High is to encourage young people to go ahead and put their hand up and say, yes, I would like to participate. I would like to be the team captain. I would like to be the class monitor. I want to take up that project. I want to be the head boy, the head girl, the general secretary, the assistant general secretary. Because the more you take up leadership positions, the more your confidence will grow, your communication will grow. So, tell me something about your school. Now that we've heard so much about your process and you, let's move towards the place that taught you so much.
So our school stands out because it has teachers who provide us personal attentions and also helpful notes, which is far more better than memorizing the entire textbook.
Correct. So they teach effectively.
It makes learning interesting for students too,
That's nice.
and reduces the burden of reading the textbook by the notes the teachers provide us.
Yeah, so they try to learn with everybody put together, make it more understandable. That's nice. I think learning is a priority.
So my school is in Chinchinim. Mount Mary's Higher Secondary School is a school where students are felt valued, supported, and of course teachers, amazing staff. They give us personalized attention that empowers students to make positive changes not only in the school walls but also beyond. And overall, our manager, our principal, entire staff, non-teaching staff also is incredible.
I can see that if the two of you are examples of your school, they've really done well. What I like is the different stories that have come out. Example, when you said that a teacher nominated your name, that means they do pay personalized attention. And when you go ahead and say that they in and outside of the school, and I can see how you all both are very effective leaders. This is again a shout out to everybody who's watching, a parent, a friend, a teacher, even if you are a friend or a sibling, someone younger, and you have an older brother or sister. Do not underestimate the power that your confidence can have in someone else. When you show confidence in someone else, and I'm sure our Assistant General Secretary Liam today can testify, when a teacher shows confidence in you, your confidence boosts up. When you show confidence in, let's say, someone in the 11th standard or 9th standard, hey, I think you'll be a good leader, you should, try it, you should be a little bit more organized, you'll do well. It boosts their confidence so much, and we need that. We need teachers who boost us. We need parents who boost us. And what would you? Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to and say hi to or hello to back in the school grounds or whoever is watching?
So, hey, a big shout out to my parents also, and as well as teachers, and especially one friend of mine. Her name is Dimple. She helped me and guided me in every way possible. Thank you.
A quick shout out to my parents, friends who have always supported me in my tough times, and my friend Callum and Sayam who have always been entertaining me, playing video games with me, and always helped me in my tough times.
I like that. Friends who have entertained and been there for the tough times. How important is friendship growing up?
For me as a leader right now in school, it's become more difficult for me to spend time with my friends because I have to have some responsibilities, I have to enforce discipline in them. So I allocate specific periods for duties and to spend some quality time with my friends.
I like that. Yes, it's difficult, and I like that you allocate time for it. What about you?
Friends, yes, I always take time to, greet them in the morning at least. Otherwise, they will be saying, oh, she doesn't have time.
True.
Yeah, friends are important. Sometimes they help you to, calm down in stressed situations. They are motivating you. Yes, you can.
Yes, I think that is the biggest quality, right,
Yeah.
of a good friend. They'll motivate you and they'll stand by you and they'll say, yes, you can do it. And I think that's the most important quality in a person. If there were 3 or 4 leaders that you would like to meet, or if anybody else should know about, as you said previously, Liam, we should look up to leaders and then fashion ourselves according to them. Who are these 3 or 5 leaders or 2 leaders that you would say you look up to or you read about or you learned from?
I would say Elon Musk
Wow.
because I would like to know his strategies in how he manages diverse teams across different departments. And
Okay.
yeah.
Elon Musk.
Yes.
I know that there's a Tesla truck that's coming up, and it's making big news. And yes, he is, I think, someone in our generation who has managed to make a sea of change, and be very very focused on business development. Something to learn from him for sure. Anybody else that you kind of see as a leader and you think one should learn from?
No.
Not really. Okay. What about you?
It would be Bhagat Singh
Wow. Okay.
and Martin Luther King Jr.
All right. Can you tell us why Bhagat Singh and Martin?
Because he had a strong, a strong spirit to get freedom, to
Yes.
to get independence for India, and then
Yes.
Martin Luther because he had that sense of
Yeah, that's-
community.
I think both the heroes that you're talking about were very passionate about their community, their people, not just freedom but justice, and I think passion is something that drives them. And if we go to see if we would like to kind of connect the two, Elon Musk is also very passionate. I think there's a lot of passion in what he does, and passionate people make good leaders. What are you passionate about? I think that's a good question to take away today. Go ahead and ask your friends, and if you're watching, ask people around you, what are you truly passionate about? And well, we'll make mistakes. We'll make a lot of mistakes when we follow our passion. We'll not get it right in the first go, but go ahead, ask yourself. I know some people who are passionate about sports, like they breathe sports. I'm sure you have friends who breathe sports.
Yeah.
There's some people who are very passionate about education. Some people are very passionate about service, in church or in their communities or in, their other places of worship. But yeah, what are you passionate about, I think is the question. So I'm going to ask the two of you, and then I'll answer it, and we'll leave it open to the audience. What are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about being a successful businessman.
Very nice.
I'm doing a lot of research about this marketing, e-commerce and everything, drop shipping, etc.
Very nice. So you're very passionate about business. I understand why Elon Musk comes then.
Yeah.
He's a good role model for that. What are you passionate about?
I'm really passionate about achieving my dream career, that is to be a chartered accountant.
Nice. Wow. Lots of studying.
Thank you.
Lots of studying. But you'll make to be a chartered accountant is to have a very sound mind. You need to have an eye for detail and numbers. But yes, that is very passionate
Yeah.
about your career. I'm very passionate about communication, about talking, about helping others speak loudly and clearly and articulate themselves well, and that's what I am passionate about. What are you passionate about, dear viewer? We want to know. And ask this question to everybody around you, because if you're passionate about something and if you work on it, you are going to be a leader in that area, in that segment, and we hope that for you. Thank you so much for coming. This has
Thank
been
you,
an
ma'am.
absolute amazing conversation, and do give the CCR TV regards back to your schools, back to your high schools, and wish you well in your future.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.